This is the chart representing our body and how our body is interacting with the world through organs of senses called nidras, which are smelling, tasting, seeing, touching, and hearing, and through karmendriyas, the 5 exit doors, the 5 means of expression, which are eliminating, procreating, moving, grasping, and speaking. So these are the senses and organs of actions through which our body, physical body, is interacting with the world. Then we have breath, that is direct connection to the mind, and this is the mind. And we have conscious part of the mind and unconscious part of the mind. Usually unconscious part is bigger and conscious mind is smaller. The unconscious rules our life. So we have active unconscious mind and latent unconscious mind. In latent unconscious mind, we have the samskaras, the deep impressions that are colored, that are sleeping there like seeds, waiting to wake up and rise to surface, to the conscious mind, and start ruling our life. At some point, every colored expression will wake up and rise to the surface. So when we do spiritual practices like yoga, meditation, yoga nidra, we go consciously with awareness through the active unconscious mind into the latent unconscious mind, and we become aware of what's here. So these samskaras, when we see them, they uncolor, they neutralize, they get disarmed, they become neutral, uncolored. So they have much less unconscious influence on our life. With the regular spiritual practice of yoga, meditation, yoga nidra, the conscious part of the mind becomes bigger and bigger until the whole active unconscious mind becomes conscious, and part of a latent unconscious mind becomes conscious. So the conscious part of the mind grows, but in a normal person, the unconscious part is still bigger. Here we have waking state of consciousness, we have dreaming state of consciousness, and deep sleep state of consciousness. The fourth state is called Turiya, and here you see the question mark. It's a pure consciousness. Why is there a question mark? Because it doesn't matter how we call it. It's all the same. Either we call it pure consciousness, self-realization, bliss, love, this self, peace, joy, happiness, eternal reality, whatever we call it, the truth, God. The name only points at it, but it can never be named. It can never be put into the form, into the limitation of the name. So that is the truth, the pure consciousness, the self. And we, in the world, we are here in our body, and not even often enough in our body. We are interacting with the world. So we need to guide our awareness inward through the physical body, through the breath, through the conscious mind, through active unconscious mind, through latent unconscious mind, through waking state into dreaming state, to deep sleep state, and then here we have the fourth state, the ultimate reality, which pulls us in when we're waiting here in this passage. Then at a certain moment, the pure consciousness just pulls us in when we're ready towards itself, and we get self-realized. So this is what happens in our spiritual practice. This is a chart from Himalayan tradition of Himalayan yoga masters. And in Yoga Nidra, we go consciously into latent unconscious mind, the deep sleep. We remain alert and awake, and making this latent unconscious mind, the sleeping part, like the seeds that are sleeping, buried deeply under the ground. We make it conscious. So this is those hidden patterns, unconscious thought and behavior patterns that get neutralized, uncolored, disarmed, and they stop ruling our life in an unconscious way. So all our actions, all our behavior and thoughts become conscious. All choices and all decisions become right and conscious. So I hope this was interesting.